Ringo TV Reactions. Back at you again with another one. You already don't know what it is. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Let's get down to business. So, we're dealing with this situation right here. Gillie the Kid, Gillie the King, whatever his name is, pretty much in the news right now. It is being said that his son, YNG Cheese, these names, man. Let's just cut to the chase, fam. Gillie the Kid pretty much blood sacrificed his son. That's the bottom line. And this is what goes on in the industry. I tell you this all the time. Y'all keep getting mad at me, right? Because this guy is supposed to be on the podcast, the $1 million worth of game, but he never gave his son the game. So I blame you, Gillie the Kid. I blame you for this situation. That's your fault, fam. You gotta hold this L. Because y'all always talking about $1 million worth of game, and you ain't give your son the game. You ain't put your son in a position in life where he could be away from crime and violence. You had your son out here 25 years old up in them streets, knowing good and well that the streets gonna take him out. You knew this already. But then again, you already done knew he was gonna be up for a blood sacrifice, because that's how y'all got that deal. Yeah, that's right. The $100 million deal, allegedly. The $100 million deal, the deal that you and Wallow signed. Remember that? When you were crying at the table? Remember when you was hesitant? You remember that, Wallow? Gillie, you remember that? You were hesitant to sign because you knew what it meant. If somebody got a $100 million deal, why would you be crying and hesitant to sign? It's because you knew that was going to require a blood sacrifice. You knew. Let's cut right to the chase, man. We don't got no time to play games, man. Let's just get right to the receipts, man. As you come in the building, you already done know the drill, man. Just hit the like button. It should be no reason why I got 60 likes and it's almost 200 people over here. Just click the like button, stop playing games, man. Or just leave. You know what I mean? I don't even know why you here. If you here, it's because you rock with the platform. If you just here to watch and spectate and you ain't clicking the like button, I could just take the damn video off and go private and just do a stream just for the members only. You understand? Y'all be coming in here with this hate. If you rock with the platform, click the damn like button. Now, let's check out the receipts so we can understand the blood sacrifice ritual and the deal that Gillie and Wallow made that required some blood. Because a lot of people, they don't understand how this thing works. Now, Gillie think he's slick. You really think you slick on this one, fam? The way y'all set up this particular blood sacrifice, y'all made the deal, but you waited a while before they executed the sacrifice. That's what happened. Check it out. Check it out. Him and Wallow right there, signing the deal. They made a deal with the devil, fam. Look at him. Look at him crying, fam. Look at him. He know it requires his son. He knows. Who would be going like that if it's a $100 million deal? Just sign the damn paper. You shedding tears like that, fam? No, you know it requires some blood. You knew in advance that it was gonna require a sacrifice. Wallow know. He know, he's just waiting for you. How come Wallow ain't doing it? How come Wallow ain't shedding those tears? Why he ain't doing it? Because it requires your son. Bam. Look at that. Look at that, fam. Wow. For the love of money. My goodness. Look at this, fam. Imagine this. You're a father. You're supposed to be raising your son. But instead, you made a deal with the devil. right? You hesitant, fam. I can see it all over you. Why you so hesitant? You crying like you just lost your son, bruh. The way you going right there is the way somebody goes when they lost a loved one, fam. You sold your son out, fam. I already know. I can read you, man. You sold him out. Look at this, fam. Look at his facial expression. He know what he got to do in order to get this bread. I told you already. Blood sacrifice happens every single day. And this is what they do in the industry. Look at him, signing in blood. Signing in blood. Now the hug of death. Knew good and well exactly what he had to do. Sad. But this is what they do, y'all. This is the industry. Let's hear what the news got to say about this situation. Let's go.
Source close to the family confirms with us a well-known Philly rapper lost his son last night. Tributes are pouring in for the 25.
A Philly rapper famous lost his son last night. Could you believe that? Look at where he lost his son at. Look at the neighborhood, fam. Come on now. Look at the neighborhood where he's at. He's in the hood, bruh. I guarantee you, fam, he's in the hood. Anybody out in Philly know the area? Put a 1 in the chat. Let's see. Anybody out in Philly? Anybody out wherever this dude died? If anybody know that location, where is that located? Is that location a nice neighborhood? Or is it a neighborhood where things go down? Everybody know what the hood look like. We don't need no, nonsense here. If you in New York, you know where the hood is. If you in Staten Island, you know where the hoods are. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure that out now. Where was this cat hanging out at? Right? Where was he hanging out? How you Gillie the kid's son, and you out in them streets? Shouldn't you be in a nice neighborhood, chilling? I mean, if your pops got all this bread, got this deal going, what's going on? Let me see. Forever Studio said the slums. Let me see. I've only been to the tourist parts of Philly. Let me see. I don't see nobody really talking about a situation. I feel so much better that you are in the house. Real talk. Yeah, so I want to know, man, from anybody that's actually out in Philly that know the area. You know what I mean? Because what we want to know is the climate of the streets at night in that area. You know? Because this dude got shot in his back. Based on the reports on the news, he got shot in his back, y'all. So that means somebody he knew lined him up for the blood sacrifice for his pops. This is just the way it goes, fam. You could get mad, you could cry. I blame Gillie for this one. You know what I mean? I blame Gillie for this one, fam. He's to blame. You can't have a podcast called $1 million worth of game, and yet you ain't give your son the game, fam. Something ain't right. You know good and well as a black man, to have a black son in America, you got to protect your son at all costs. You already know the game. If Gillie been in these streets and he has a son, he's supposed to know that all the dirt he ever did, all the issues he ever had with anybody, he know he got a son and he got to make sure his son is good. When he made that deal, fam, when he made that deal, he knew exactly what he was doing, y'all. He knew it already. He already knew. Your son, 25 years old, fam, had his whole life ahead of you. Why he out in the street rapping about death? I don't feel sorry for him one bit that he got clapped, bruh. I don't feel sorry. I can't feel sorry for stuff like this, fam. I'm in these streets too. I don't feel sorry for stuff like this. You know why? Number one, let's take a look at what your son was doing. Your son was out in these streets rapping about death, murder, and mayhem. Rapping about the thug life, gun, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. This is what he rapped about. If you Gillie the king, and this is your boy, your son, the next heir to the throne, You were supposed to sit him down, you and Wallow, and give him $1 million worth of game. You, as a father, was supposed to sit him down and say, son, let me give you the game. Number one, listen, I've been in these streets. I know what these streets are like. It doesn't matter. You're going to get caught up. I don't want you to get clapped. I don't want you to get, check in, check out real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the game because I love you. I want to protect you. I want to make sure that I'm there for you as a father. But no, you didn't do that. Now your son is going underground while you made a deal. And you could get mad. You could get mad and cry. Go find the killers. Go find the killers. Don't talk all of that tough guy shit. Go find the killers, fam. This goes right back to the Takeoff situation. You know what I mean? Nobody don't know nothing. Nobody don't have a clue what's going on, but nobody ain't out there searching for the killers. Right? You had the whole Prince family up on your podcast. Y'all were all talking, right? But where's the justice for Takeoff? But now look at your situation now, fam. Look at your situation. Look how life works. Look at how life works. Takeoff blood was shed. Somebody blood sacrificed Takeoff. And he still ain't get no justice yet. And what this clown Quavo doing out here? Busy doing songs.
Police have not confirmed the identity of the victim yet, but
Quavo out here doing a bunch of damn songs with Future rather than coming on camera to talk about his so-called nephew. This clown didn't even come back out yet to say, hey, fam, I know who did it. I know who did it. He busy out on dates with gymnastic females rather than getting justice for Takeoff. You see what I'm saying? Where's the justice? But now look at your situation now. Look at your situation. But you knew this was coming. You knew this was coming. Gillie the King, he knew this was coming, fam. I promise you, he knew that this day was coming. Because the way they set up the deal, it was like this, fam. The deal was set up like this so that he could get paid and then a few months and so pass, a year or so, and then they execute the blood sacrifice. It was already a contract deal. Look how Wallo is singing. Why? For the money, man. For the money. It's almost as if though Wallow's trying to walk him down the blood sacrifice. Like, look, fam, you got to go through with it, fam. There you go. Sign it away, fam. That's it. That's what I'm talking about, fam. You did it. You down. You down for the cause. There you go. You understand? Look at his son. Go to his son Instagram and look at what he rapping. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna play it, but go to his son page and take that same video and turn the volume up and listen to his. You see how he's doing the shoot 'em up sign? Ain't no surprise he got clapped. You think I have some son? I'm gonna have my son outside in a car smoking weed, acting like a damn fool? You kidding me? You know good and well in America you have a black son, you better make sure you protect your boy at all costs. I don't care if you're a rapper. I don't care what you do. You know these streets already. You know death is around the corner. Look at your son. In the car, flexing up, smoking weed, acting like he gangster, and he not even about that life. And he got clapped at 25. That's your fault, Gillie. You weren't there for him, fam.
Police have not confirmed the identity of the victim yet, but a source close to the family confirms with us a well-known Philly rapper lost his son last night.
Lost his son last night. Why? Because nobody gave him the game. Nobody gave him the game, y'all. Nobody was there to tell dude, listen, these streets is crazy, bro. Let me give you the game. Sit down. First thing first, I need for you to chill out with all that thug, trap, rap garbage. Listen, I understand that might be hip right now, but these streets are vicious. Now think about this. If that's Gillie the Kid, Gillie the King's son, and he got killed, let's just say, hypothetically, if this was not a blood sacrifice, even though we know it is, If this was not a blood sacrifice and somebody clapped his son, that mean that nobody respect Gillie the king. Right or wrong, that mean nobody respect his father. He's not respected. That would mean nobody respect his pops, because if you know that's Gillie the kid's son, why would you go take him out knowing there might be consequences? They don't care. These streets don't care. They don't care about who your pops is. They don't care if your father's some kingpin. Nobody cares about nobody in these streets. These streets is vicious. Ain't no loyalty in the streets. All you brothers that want to roll the streets acting like you gangster and all this other stuff, you're going to get clapped. This ain't no joke. All them people you hanging with, they not your friends. They going to smoke you one day. You get out of pocket or you get some bread. They probably caught up with him for the cheese. I mean, his whole name, YNG cheese. Come on, fam. The name be giving these people away. You know? This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Let me see what's going on, man. Excedrin, salute to you for the 10 on the super chat. Says you speak facts, doesn't he? You speak facts. You speak facts. Doesn't he supposed to be like the king of Philly? They said that he's the king of Philly. This is, you know, they always say that. Anytime, it's just like he say he the king of Philly. You have T.I. say he the king of wherever he's from. I forgot where he at. But my point is, they always saying they the king, but yet they taking out their sons. You know what I mean? Salute to William for the 20. Says great content, Ringo. Great work. Salute to Willie Mack for the 10. Salute to Paul Brown for the 19. Says, Ringo, I live in Philly. This was literally 5 minutes from my house. Wow. This is not the hood. It's a working class neighborhood with not a lot of shootings. So this is definitely a setup blood sacrifice indeed. So that means they picked a location to do it. Now, what I want to know is, where's the footage? That's what I want to know. I want to know where the footage is for this particular episode here. I want to know, where is the footage? Where's the street cams? Where's the what do you call those things on the door? Them door cameras. You know what I'm saying? If this is a working class neighborhood, then guess what? People have those Ring cameras on their door. So what's going on? Why we don't have access to the tapes? Why nobody don't know nothing? That mean that they probably brought him to this area just to delete him because they shot him in his back. So it could have been a situation where, matter of fact, if you look at the video, I think we see where he got shot. He got shot in front of somebody's house, fam. Uh-oh. He got shot by that white, look like a SUV or a car or something right there. He got shot right there. You see that spot? There's a red spot. I'm not sure if you could see it. You see down there? If you look carefully, if you see that spot right there, that look like blood, fam. If you look, they got the tape blocked off, right? From there, blocked off. So this whole area is blocked off, but you see this little spot right there in the middle of the screen, right? He got clapped right there, fam. Right there, he got clapped. That's the spot he died. That's right. He was already pronounced dead. They got the vehicle, they brought him in, took him out already. And it looked like whoever house that is, whatever's going on, it looked like they may have tried to clean up or whatever the case is. But he definitely got clapped right there. That's where he died. They shot him in his back. They probably had him tied up or whatever the case is, or punched him in his face, knocked him out, and he was on his back and they shot him in his back while his face was down. Blood sacrifice, fam. But see, the way the news media be spinning these stories, man, they be like, oh, 2 other people got hit. 2 other people got hit. They at the hospital. Okay, let's question them. If 2 other people got hit, then we should be able to find out who the killer is. This is Takeoff situation all over again. You understand? 2 people got hit. They're in the hospital. Isn't that the same thing that happened to Takeoff situation? 2 people got hit, but they never talked about who did it. Come on, man. It's the same MO. Same MO, fam. Same blood sacrifice. And probably the same hitman. It's probably the same hitman that did it, fam. If you really think about it. You know? It's probably the same people that took out rapper Takeoff is probably hired to do this blood sacrifice here. Because how they shot him in the back, he's dead. But the other two people that got shot, they're at the hospital, and they're gonna basically pull through. Okay, so we need to go down to that hospital and get a statement. We need to find out what went wrong. But guess what? I can guarantee you, nobody's gonna know nothing. Nobody's gonna find these killers. It was a blood sacrifice. When there's a blood sacrifice, nobody's gonna know who did it. That's just the way the rules go, fam. Let's get back to the tapes. This is crazy, man. So as you can see, police there doing their thing. It is what it is, right? It's crazy, man. They're looking for shells. There must have been a lot of gunshots because, and where the witnesses at? You got all these houses over there. Where the witnesses? Very quiet, fam. Very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. We're gonna wind it back to the top so we can hear it. Let's roll the tape.
Police have not confirmed the identity of the victim yet, but a source close to the family confirms with us a well-known Philly rapper lost his son last night. Tributes are pouring in for the 25-year-old known as YNG Cheese. Police say one man died and two others were hurt in the shooting on Masher Street in Olney. It happened before 8:30 last night. They say the victim was shot once in the back. NBC 10 has confirmed that victim is
once in the back, fam. Blood sacrifice, y'all. Somebody put the gun right up on him. They didn't just shoot him from far away. They put the gun right on his back and pulled the trigger. That's what happened, fam. Because they shot him once. So the way they did it, they had the gun right up on him, shot him in his back, end him real quick. Boom. They knew what they were doing. This person, whoever did this thing, fam, was a hired professional to take him out. They had to make it look very, very quick, very clean, and they in, out. No witnesses, nobody saw nothing.
Son of longtime Philly rapper Gillie the Kid. His podcast co-host posted a tribute to Young Cheese on Instagram that now has nearly 73,000 likes. Fans say he was a promising young rapper looking to follow in his father's footsteps. So far, police have not released any victim description. They haven't made any arrests. Reporting from police headquarters, Brenna White, NBC 10 News.
Wow.
While developing this noon, the son of a Philadelphia rapper, Gillie the King, was killed last night, and only two others were also hit. They survived. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Dan Snyder is live at the intersection of Masher and Nedrow Avenue, where the shooting happened.
Nasher and Nedrow. Nasher and Nedrow. Nasher and Nedrow. Let me see. Nasher and Nedrow. Hold on a second here. Let me see if I could do something here. Nasher and Nedrow. Nasher and Nedrow. Okay. Philadelphia. Nasher. Probably gonna spell this thing wrong. Let me see. Okay, it looked like I found a location. Nasher and Nedrow. Is this the area here? Hold on. Nasher and Nedrow. Interesting. Okay. Nasher and Nedrow. I'm not sure if this is the area, but that says Marvin Street. That's look like somewhere different. Yeah, man, let me get out of here. I'm on Google Map if in case anybody wondering what I'm doing. Trying to find the location where that place is so I can walk around. You know? I see Nedrow Avenue. Let me see. Nasher, where the hell is Nasher? don't want this area here. Let me see. Let me look at the chat. It's called what? Masher. Okay. Oh, I had the wrong spelling. Let me see. Masher. All right, now it looks like, where we at now? All right, this look like the area here. All right. All right, so now, is that the same car that's there? Hold on, wait a minute. That's crazy. This is wild, because I'm seeing a car and it look like the same car. Let me go back in this video a little bit. All right, so that's a stop sign right there. So that means if I go this way, this is, I don't see that tree. What the hell is this? I must be in the wrong place. Let me see. Wait, no. This look like the right place right here. There's a stop sign. Okay. So this is the area right here. So there's a store right where the police car is called Bueno Grocery Store. All right. So let me see if I could throw this in the video, because I like to do a thorough investigation of this street, you know. Let me see. Yeah, this guy definitely was set up, was brought to this location for a hit. That's pretty much what went down. And nobody ain't seen nothing? That's crazy. But it happened on this block right here. So, happened right around here somewhere. Just taking some photos. I'm trying to see the area. All right. Yeah, so now that area right there, based on Google Map, would be right here. Let me see. If you look, that's the house, that's the steps. So, yeah, that's the same spot right there. Right? So there's a store right across the street. Right? Yeah. All right, let me take that off. I'm trying to get a good idea where we at, you know. That's the store that's across the street. Bueno Groceries. It's still the hood, fam, at the end of the day. This is the hood. Working class, whatever it is, it's still the hood, fam. Trust me, all those windows right there, somebody saw what went down, fam. Somebody saw what happened. Nobody ain't saying nothing, though. Nobody ain't saying nothing. It's definitely the hood, fam. I mean, respectfully. You know what I mean? You could have, every community, there's working people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't want to accept that they in the hood. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm in the hood. I ain't no shame in my game, fam. I'm in the hood. Me, Ringo, I'm in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Right around me, you got all these expensive skyscraper buildings where all these millionaires live at, but they still in the hood with me. You know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? I don't got no time to sugarcoat. You know what I'm saying? It's the hood. You know what I mean? You got condominiums right around me. You got all sorts of different things right around me. They right in the hood. But these people will be living in the condos and all that other stuff, and they would swear they not in the hood. Well, I'm not in the hood. Bro, you in the hood with everybody else. What are you talking about? It's crazy, you know? Somebody said there's no projects close. Paul, respectfully, projects don't mean hood. I don't think, listen, let's check out what the chat's saying. Fam, how many of you people that live in the hood, right, that's not proud, you know what I'm saying? For some reason, people believe that the projects is the hood. Yo, let me tell you, the projects would be considered a nice neighborhood compared to some places in Brooklyn. You got some areas in Brooklyn that is not the projects, and it's worse, violent, crazy. The projects is considered a nice area in these streets. People be tripping, fam. People be thinking, and see, this is what I mean, fam. And because, look, I gotta say this, fam. You cannot just look at the black community and think, okay, those are the projects over there, that's the hood, but because I'm over here, I'm not in the hood. You in the hood, fam. This is your neighborhood. That's what hood mean. It's short for neighborhood. Those are your neighbors. You're still in the hood. Doesn't matter. Violence and crime is everywhere. Drug dealers are all over these streets. Real spit. For some reason, you know what we got? We got a lot of prideful people in the chat. That's what we got. We got pride in the chat, fam. We got a lot of people in the chat that got pride, fam. We're gonna break that pride out of you today. The projects is not the hood. If you pay attention to what I just said, I said in Brooklyn, you got so many areas that have no projects around, and it's violent, ghetto, violence everywhere, drugs, and there's no projects around. For some reason, and see, this is sad because you would think that black people that deal with these struggles would have some sense of understanding the struggle. But it's like some of us just don't get it. We think we're better than other people. See, when I'm in these streets, I respect everybody in these streets because you in these Brooklyn streets, fam, everything is the hood. I don't know why everybody tripping. It looked like Paul is mad, fam. For some reason, Paul is in his feelings right now, fam. Hey, respectfully, fam, this, what you see here on the screen, that's the hood, bro. This is the hood. You see this? Let me show you. Because, you know, it's like people get in their feelings about this, fam. You see this shit right here? This is the hood. Do you see this? You could work, you can have a job, you could do all that shit. You still in the hood. I don't know what's so hard for people to understand this, yo. People gotta have some sense of understanding to get out of their ego and pride. If you are in first of all, okay, working class environment. Well, somebody died there. Somebody got gunned down. That's the hood. Straight up, I don't know why people tripping. This is the hood. Let's get out of our pride and arrogance and ego. Remember, fam, you're the one that said you live about 5 blocks or whatever away. I didn't ask you to say that. Real spit. You drop your location, not me. I'm just saying the facts. I can see this straight up. This is the hood. Anybody in these streets know the hood when they see the hood. This ain't no suburb. This is the hood. Respectfully, I don't know why people tripping. Like, damn. Like people acting like, yo, man, I don't want to be associated with that. I'm living better. I'm better than everybody. Fam, get out of that pride, fam. Get out of that pride, fam. You know what I'm saying? Get out of that prime. That pride is bad, fam. That right there, you gotta check that, fam. You know what I mean? You got to check that pride at the door, man. Check that ego out. Something triggering you, man. Real spit. You know, because what you telling me is that you look down on people and you think you better than other people. That's not cool, fam. This man got gunned down in the hood. Not in no working class environment. Nobody don't care about that. Everybody work. People in the projects work. People in the slums work. Everybody got a 9-to-5 somewhere. So everybody's a working class citizen. But this area is the hood. And to deny that is insanity. That's crazy. It's the hood. You know what I'm saying? I know people that boast so much that, like, yo, man, I bought me a house. I got this. I live in my own house. And they in the hood. But they boasting and bragging because they moved out of a certain neighborhood. And they still in the hood, but think they not in the hood. This is crazy, fam. That's why I wanted to Google map it. Because I wanted to fact check what's being said. I want to know if this is a hood. And basically what I'm seeing, this is the hood. Number one, somebody died. So obviously, they know somebody from out here. Whatever block this is on, this dude's son knew somebody over there. And when he went over there, he got clapped. That was the blood sacrifice. You know what I mean? But let's not deny the facts, man. Let's not deny the facts. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure, let me see if I can scroll a little bit more. Let me take a stroll around here. About this is not the hood. Fam, you tripping, bro. You tripping. That's why I like Google Maps. Let's see if this is the hood. Let me show the peeps. Let me show people out here in these streets, fam. Let me show these people out here, man. Because people don't understand that you could be a person, have a job, all of that. That's nice. But don't get in your ego about where you at, fam. You know what I mean? If you not violent, if you not a criminal, then cool. But don't be in denial. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in denial, fam. Especially when I'm doing the content, fam, because I'm fact checking everything here. I'm fact checking all of this stuff. So I can show these people, man. Check this out, fam. Come on. This is the hood, fam. This is the hood. I don't care what nobody say. This is the hood. Straight up and down. This is the hood, bro. Just accept it. You know what I mean? It's the hood. You know? You can't even read the sign on the store, fam. You can't even read the sign on the store. Come on, fam. And that's not even a disrespect. That's just me being truthful. It's the truth. That's how stores be in the hood. We don't look at the store and be like, oh, we can't read the sign. This store is trash. We go in there. You got the Arab man in there. You got the Spanish dude in there. You know, it is what it is. It's the hood. You know, yeah, the store sign faded, bro. You know what I mean? You don't even need to see it, fam. The sign, you can see the sign on the other side, bro. This is crazy. I'm taking a walk through this hood, bro, because now you got me started. Now I'm just gonna take a walk, fam. I'm taking a walk through this neighborhood, fam. I'm going on a scroll, man. I'm not playing, fam. I'm going walking around. I'm using this Google map right now, going around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the same houses over here. Same house. All these houses are glued on each other. All these houses are glued on each other, fam. This is the hood. This is the hood, fam. All these houses, fam. I'm looking at these houses, fam. I'm looking at all these houses. They all glued on each other. If one person's house caught fire, everybody burned. Straight up facts. You know? This is real spit. This is real spit. Look at this, fam. I'm dropping all sorts of pictures, bro. I don't care. Because now you got me started. Now you got me started. It's the hood. I don't care what nobody say. It's the hood. I know hoods when I see hoods, fam. You know? That area is the hood. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a working. Yo, this pride. Yo, pride is nasty, man. Pride, people that's prideful, fam. There's a lot of prideful people, man. They just don't want to admit stuff. Man got killed in the neighborhood. Well, you know, that's not the hood. It's the hood. It's the hood. Yo, people be getting mad, fam. Let me see if I can pull this in the video. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on a second. We got to stop getting in our feelings, man. Check this out, fam. Look at all these houses stuck on each other, fam. Come on, fam. That's the hood. You got your chairs, everything in front of the crib. The sidewalk is crazy. The hood. Don't get me started, fam. Real spit. One house burn, everybody house burn. That's just how it is. Hey, I'm just here to prove my case, fam. You know what I mean? I ain't the one that pretty much started this nonsense. I'm just trying to prove my point that this young man got blood sacrifice in the hood, right? He didn't get blood sacrifice in the suburb. Got blood sacrifice in the hood. But the thing with black people is a lot of times you got black people that they think they're better than other black people because they have a house, they live here, they live there, and they just think that they're separated from others. So they don't see their people as human beings. And now think about this. If you're a black man and you look down on your own people, right? Then imagine what white people think of you. Just imagine that. Imagine if you're a black person and you have to argue whether or not something is the hood or not, and it's like, it's so dear to you. Think about how white people look at you. They laughing at you. They laughing at, like, they just looking at you with disgust, fam. This is why we shouldn't be like this as people. You know? This is the hood. The dude is gangster, right? Gangster wannabe. He was out in the hood, hanging out. And guess what? He got killed. Right? That's what happened. So, based on the chat, based on everybody that been commenting, everybody know that this is the hood. You know what I mean? Somebody said even the nice parts of Philly is the hood. Facts. That's why I don't understand. It's like there's a pride thing going. There's an ego thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes people figure they arrived in life and they really haven't arrived. They really didn't, but they believe they did. And they looking down on others. So let me get this straight. You have a store with the sign falling off, but that's not the hood. Why don't the community get the money together from all these working class people and go help the bodega guy get a new sign? Since this is the great community. Listen, I'm cracking jokes on this stuff because it's laughable. If everybody out here is working class, is not the hood, why don't all these great people with money go to the bodega and help the guy to fix his damn sign? Obviously, the store's struggling. Why? Why the store? Let me go back to that photo, fam, because I'm not finished. Let me go back to that store. Why the store guy in this bodega there is why his sign look like that? If this is a community of a bunch of working class people and everybody is rich and got money, why that sign look like that if they got business from the community? Come on. Look at the garbage can. Look at the dumpster. Look at the dumpster, fam. Look at that. Come on, man. Y'all not gonna help the community store? Y'all all go to that store to shop. Why that store look like that? Cause it's the hood. You know what I'm saying? Come on, fam. Stop getting mad, man. I'm in the hood. The hood. And I'm good. So I don't care. Yo. This is why when I walk through these streets and cats recognize me, listen, I get respect. Why? Because I ain't one of these cats walking around thinking I'm greater than everybody. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, I acknowledge where I'm at, where I'm from, because I know where I came from. You see what I'm saying? And even when I move out, right? Even when I move out, I still recognize where I came from. I'm not going to look down on nobody because I already done know where I've been. Because if it wasn't for the hood, I wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing. All my lessons I learned in the hood. Everything. The reason why I'm wise, intelligent, and smart is because of the hood. This is why I don't hang out with nobody, fam, because ninjas be too prideful, fam. Ninjas be prideful. Anyway, hope everybody learned and got a good lesson about the hood from all of this mess. Because this is crazy, fam. Let's get back to the news story, man. In case you're now joining in, Gillie the Kid, Gillie the King, whatever his name is. Which one is his name, fam? Gillie the Kid, Gillie the King? Because he ain't no king, fam. He ain't no king. Because he ain't give his son $1 million worth of game. I had a son. My son won't even be outside in these streets, fam. He won't be outside in these streets. Because I already done know I'm going to get that phone call and it's like he out. I already know. In these streets is dangerous. Everybody that's a father in Brooklyn, you already done know. You got to be on your son way more. Way more. Because these streets will take your boy out. You know what I mean? So if anything, all you fathers that are listening to the live right now, this is a moment in time where you're going to have to get your son together now and regulate the situation. If you know your son be out here in these streets, because you know he most likely is, and a lot of time you fathers be trying to be cool with your boy, you know he out in the streets with these ninjas, you know he out there doing dirt. It's time for you to step in and regulate that situation. You know? You got to regulate the situation with your son. This dude was 25 years old, so it's not like he was some little boy. He knew what he was doing. He was a grown man. At 25, he a grown man. And his father didn't give him the game. Why he doing over here? What was his purpose being over there? Nobody got the answers. Right? You know? Yeah, he grown. 25 years old. He a grown man. He know what's going on. You know? He a grown man. Probably was out there looking for some woman. Probably was messing with some deal in the street. You never know what this dude was doing, man. He could have been selling some drugs. He could have had some involvement with somebody and got caught in the mix. But based on what I'm seeing, this was a blood sacrifice, fam. They took him out. And Gillie the Kid is to blame for this because he ain't give his son $1 million worth of game. I don't care what nobody say. Get mad. This is social media. When the stories like this break out, best believe everybody gonna be on these stories and we gonna be talking, and I don't care about your feelings. Your feelings have nothing to do with me. I don't care. At the end of the day, this is the news. You a father, you spitting $1 million worth of game, the first one you're supposed to be giving this game to is your son. By telling him get out of them streets, I don't wanna be here and there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You tell your son, I don't want you hanging out with this crew. I don't want you doing this. And if he don't want to listen, then he on his own. After that, he's on his own. You let him sit to himself. He's I don't got no takes. I talk about this all the time. You know what I mean? I got 4 girls. If my daughters decide they want to go outside and be a fucking hoe and get caught up in the streets, that's their problem. As long as I gave them the game and I did what I had to do as a dad and I instilled value in them and they go out in them streets and get destroyed, you know, they can't come back to me telling me anything. You know why? Because I gave them the game. So if Gillie gave his son the game and his son still want to go out there and rebel, then hey, I don't feel sorry for him. So I don't know why everybody's saying to pray. This young man was singing about death every day. Go to his Instagram and listen to his rap music. Go to his Instagram and listen to his rap music. I'm just speaking raw and uncut, fam. I don't got no time to sugarcoat because I'm out here saving lives. Maybe I might save your son's life. Maybe your son might be listening to my live right now. I don't got no time to play. These streets are evil. Ain't no time to be in these streets hanging out. Ain't no time. Only in the hood, stuff like this happen every single day. Now, I don't know the crime rate in that area, but a man died. At the end of the day, somebody lost their life. You know what I mean? So now that's going to shape the community now, because the community going to want answers. What's going on? Is there going to be a press conference? Is anybody going to come out there to march? Where's the cameras? If everybody's working class people, where are those door cameras, them ring cameras? Let's see the footage. Somebody got the footage. Somebody got the footage, fam. There got to be a camera somewhere. You know? Got to be a camera somewhere. You know? Let me see. Where's that thing? Just saw something. Let me see. Yeah, they gotta get some footage for this, man. Because this man is dead and people out here playing. I blame Gillie for this, man. I don't care how nobody feel about that, man. Gillie gonna get a lot of pushback on this one because they're gonna be like, fam, this is your son. This is the heir to the throne. I don't know how many kids he got, but if that's his eldest son, that's a blood sacrifice, fam. Could anybody confirm? Was that Gillie the kid's elder son? Was that Gillie the kid's elder son? Could anybody confirm? If that was his elder son, fam, that's crazy. I'm seeing a yes. Somebody said, I think so. Yes, he had him at the age of 14. Wow, that's a blood sacrifice, y'all. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Sacrifice your son, bro. Again, if you're now joining in the show, we're talking about Gillie the kid, son, blood sacrifice. He was shot, killed in Philly. Let's take a look at the footage of Gillie the kid basically signing the deal that's going to require the blood sacrifice. Let's go. Check it out. Him and Wallo made this deal. Now check out Gillie the kid's face. Check out his face, fam. The way his body movements is, that's how you look when you lost a family member, a son. That's how you look when you lost a son that you love and you know you got to sign in blood. And look at him. He making that deal, bro. That's what it was. When he made this deal, it required his son. I don't care what nobody say. This is how they do blood sacrifice, fam. They do the sacrifice first sometimes, or they go through with the deal, and then the sacrifice come later so it don't look like he had some involvement in it. There you go. Boom. He did it. He's like, look, it's done. I did it. We rich. We rich. This is sad. This is crazy. Look at his son. That's his son right there. And like I said, the son was rapping grimy stuff. Talking about shoot 'em up, getting with women, blah, blah, drugs, money. You know? See the hand movements? That's when you shooting somebody. This is what the son rapped about, man. The son rapped about killing people, about death. And yet people mad at me because I'm putting out this truth. Don't get mad at me. Go find the killer. Go find the killer. You mad with the bloggers. You mad with the podcasters. Go find the killer. People dying out here every single day because parents aren't parenting. How your son out here smoking weed, rapping greasy, grimy, acting crazy in these streets when you supposed to be his pops and you got bread?
Police have not confirmed the identity of the victim yet, but a source close to the family confirms with us a well-known Philly rapper lost his son last night. Tributes are pouring in for the 25-year-old known as YNG Cheese. Police say one man died and two others were hurt in the shooting on Masher Street in Olney. It happened before 8:30 last night. They say the victim was shot once in the back. NBC 10 has confirmed that victim is son of longtime Philly rapper Gillie the Kid.
Imagine that, fam. Longtime Philly rapper and your son died in Philly. Put it together, y'all. Put it together. This is a blood sacrifice, fam. You supposed to be the king of Philly. That's why you switch from Gillie the Kid to Gillie the King. King of Philly, but you not respected in these streets enough where your son would be able to live his life. Somebody said, you know what? I'm gonna kill him. And you supposed to be Gillie the King? They don't got respect for you. So now it's either one or the other. Either the streets don't got no respect for you, or you blood sacrifice your own son. Which one is it? Because the streets already don't know who you call it Gillie the kid is. They know who he is already. So why would anybody want to harm your son if they know who you are? You know what I mean? Let me ask you a question. I believe 50 Cent has a son, but I want to ask the chat just to be correct. Do 50 Cent have a son that's of age? Not some little boy. I'm talking about a son that's of age. He's a young man now. Let me see. Yes. Yes. Okay, so the chat is saying that 50 has a son. Okay. Everybody in these streets know who 50 is. Everybody know who 50 is. Right? So his son is still out here. Let me see. He said he don't rock with his son. I heard something about that. But my point is this. This is my point. It's not really about whether he rock with his son or not. My point is if he has a son. Because if people know that he have a son, then typically out of respect, you know what I mean? People will be like, you know what? That's his son. Chill. It is what it is. But at the same time, the streets, this is what I'm trying to show you. The streets is very unforgiving. The streets really don't care about if you have a son or not. They'll kill your son. But my point is the streets don't respect you as the pops. Whereas you got some cats, they walk these streets and they do dirt and they forget that they have kids. This is what I'm saying. When you're a stand-up dude and you official, there's a certain level of respect the streets will give you. Even though the streets is grimy, even though the streets is dirty, there's a certain level of respect that is given in the streets. There's certain codes that people don't break. Now, the younger generation, they live by a different set of codes. These young 20-year-olds and whatnot, they don't play by the same rules as the OGs do. That's the difference about the streets. The older cats in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they play by a different set of rules. The younger cats in their late teens, 20s, they don't follow them codes, man. They dirty. You know what I mean? I think they said his son is 25. Somebody said 26 now. The news reported, oh, you saying that 50's son is 26. That's what you saying? Let me see what's going on here in the chat. By the pure fact he was shot in the back, man, you already done know. That's execution, man. They told him, yo, turn around, or whatever the case is, or he was already down, and somebody brought him there to kill him in that neighborhood. Because I want to know, do anybody know him? Where are the witnesses? This is the things that I don't get. He died in the neighborhood, nobody don't know nothing. I took a look at the houses, fam. Somebody got a door camera. People got door cameras over there, fam. Don't tell me you got a house, you don't got a door camera. Don't tell me you don't got cameras on your windows. I don't know how you won't be a homeowner and you don't got no cameras on your windows monitoring your property. That's just dumb. So you got cameras. Somebody saw something, fam. But they just don't want to say nothing because they don't want no retaliation. And that's how ninjas are, fam. That's how they are. You know you a dude that's from the hood and it's getting hot and you got a son and he in them streets, the best thing to do is say, okay, it's time to move. It's getting too hot. I got to get my family up on out of here. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what you got to do. Especially when you have a son that's in gangs and he's in the street and you know he got in trouble already. You got to get him up on out of there, fam. Or just keep his tail in the house until things clear up and you're able to do what you need to do to get on out. You know? Because too many black men are dying like this. Gillie the kid know exactly what happened. He made that deal, as you can see in the video. He signed on the dotted line. He knew what he was doing, fam. He was crying before signing. Look at his face, fam. Check it out. That's the crying when you lost someone, yo. He knew, if I do this, they gonna take my son. I don't know. He's looking at himself like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But I gotta do this. I gotta get this money. Wallo knew what it was. They had to talk already. Wallo was like, look, fam, it's now or never. It's like, all right, boom, let me do it. And he did it. There you go. Sign in blood. There you go. Come on, fam. Check it out. It's right there. There's no way around that, fam. People be selling their kids out all the time. How come Gillie didn't get his son out of Philly? How come he didn't get him out? No, in the streets. You on YouTube spitting $1 million worth of game. You ain't give your boy the game. You ain't give your son the game. This is crazy. So all you fathers out there, you better take notes. You better take notes from this live and start helping your boy, or else he gonna get gunned down in these streets, because these streets don't give a fuck about you, fam. Nobody cares about you. That's why I roll solo. You roll solo, ain't nobody fucking with you. But when you hanging out here, they gonna clap your ass, man. It is what it is. Once you know the rules, you know? Let's get back to the news.
And Nedro Avenue, where the shooting happened. Good afternoon, Dan.
Good afternoon, Jim. Philadelphia police confirming 25-year-old Devin Spady was killed in that shooting right here. And of course, that has many fans stunned by the news. Close family friends are saying that Spady was the son of Gillie the King. And Gillie, his podcast co-host Wallo, confirming Gillie's son, a rapper known as YNG Cheese, was killed in an Instagram post last night.
So he confirmed in an Instagram post. Let me see if I could go find that. Instagram post. Let me see. Wallow Instagram. Let me see if it takes me there. Okay. All right, there's a post right here. Let me see if I can get this. Okay. All right, so here's the post from... He posts some images with him. All right, let me screenshot this. I had checked Gillie's page. He ain't post nothing. I'm not surprised. Gillie ain't post nothing about his own son, which is kind of fishy. You know what I mean? He ain't post nothing. So I'm trying to figure out why. Why you ain't post nothing about your son, but Wallo did. You know? See if we could get this in the video. So Wallo posts this. He says, "Lil' cuz, usually when I talk to you, I got a lot to tell you. Tonight, the pain in my heart and tears spoke to you. I love you beyond life, Cheese. I got your father. Rest well." Fam, this is a blood sacrifice, y'all. Come on, y'all. Blood sacrifice. It's a blood sacrifice, y'all. Come on now. Lil' cuz, usually when I talk to you, nah, don't try to plead a fifth now about usually when you talk to him, fam. You never talk to this young man. Wallo, you never talk to this kid. And I say kid because of my age compared to him. He's a kid to me. You know what I mean? You never spoke to him. How you spoke to him and you ain't give him the game about the streets, and you were locked up? So how you ain't give this young cat the game, bro? You know what's going on in these streets. But see, y'all had a plan about Lil Cuz. Usually when I talk to you, I got a lot to tell you. You didn't tell this young man a lot of nothing, man. Y'all didn't give him the game. Y'all didn't give him the game. And that's sad. You got time to give everybody else $1 million worth of game, but what about Cheese? You ain't give him the game. About tonight, the pain in my heart and tears spoke to you. About you love him beyond life. Come on, man. When was the last time you picked up the phone and actually called this young man? I bet we check your records, man. Ain't no records of the last time you spoke to him. And I can guarantee you ain't give him the game. Because if you guys are really from these streets, you were supposed to give that man the game, because you would have saw the path he's walking down, and you already know you were in prison serving time. So, hey, between you and Gillie, y'all should have enough game to give this young man. But y'all let him down. Y'all didn't care. And that's why he gone. But y'all rich. Y'all got money. You got all sorts of deals. You got the podcast. You got this, you that. But now y'all got to go to funerals now. Right? Because you ain't give the young man $1 million worth of game. To all you fathers out there, you better start giving your son the game. You better start telling your son about these streets. Nobody gives a fuck about nobody in these streets. That's just real talk. You a black man, you better keep to yourself. You better be about your business. It's just simple rules you got to follow in these streets. You want to stay alive as a black man in these streets? Number one, stop hanging out with ninjas. Number one. Rule number one. Stop hanging out with ninjas. Once you stop hanging out with ninjas, nobody got a reason to kill you. Nobody got no reason. If you just roll solo as a black man, ain't nobody looking for you, fam. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about, yo, that dude right there, I wanna kill him. Ain't nobody trying to kill you. Why? Because you roll solo, you by yourself, solo dolo. Ain't nobody messing with you, fam. Doesn't matter what hood you from, doesn't matter nothing. Anybody see you rolling solo, they don't see you. But when you hanging around with a bunch of ninjas and you acting like you gangster, right? You hanging out with the shooters, you hanging out with the trap dealers, you hanging out in the trap house, you smoking weed and drinking, right? Acting a fool, right? Because you want to be like your pops, that's going to lead to your death. You understand? So that's rule number one. You want to stay alive in these streets as a young black man, because there's a target on you as a young black man. Every one of us as black men, we got a target on us. And that target becomes visible when we start hanging around ninjas. These are just the facts. Now, granted, the people you hang around is cool, then it is what it is. At least you hanging around brothers that are okay. But if I'm talking about you hanging around with ninjas, you hanging around with people that you know is no good. How you trying to get money and you hanging around shooters? How you trying to get money and do your thing and you hanging around dudes that can get you in prison? Come on now. Gillie was supposed to put his son on game. There's no excuse for this, fam. And if you did put him on game and I got it wrong, then you need to come on camera and you need to make that very clear. You need to make very clear that, yo, fam, I did put my son on game. I warned him about these streets. He ain't want to listen to me. You know what I mean? We had a lot of falling out. I told him about these streets. He ain't listen. You better come on camera and do that. If you don't do that, fam, then hey, it sticks. It was a blood sacrifice. I don't care how you feel. At the end of the day, you're responsible for that man. You're responsible for him. I took a look at his Instagram page. The dude was living on the edge. He was living in them streets. Gangster, shoot him up, shoot him up. Gillie was supposed to regulate that situation. I don't care what nobody say. Even though your son is 25, he's his own man, he can make his own decisions. You, as his pops, was supposed to regulate the situation and then come up on your podcast and literally talk about the ish and be like, look, I try to teach my son about these streets. He ain't listening to me. So I just want to spit this game to all you youngins out there. You know, I put my son on game He don't want to listen. He want to roam them streets. I got much love for him. But yo, he went out there. He got with the wrong crowd. X, Y, and Z happened. It is what it is. I gave him the game. I know a lot of people gonna come at me. A lot of people gonna be questioning what I did, where it went wrong. I just want to let y'all know X, Y, and Z. That's how you're supposed to come out, because as of right now, people gonna be watching you. They're gonna be like, yo, they're gonna be making videos and they're gonna use $1 million worth of game in a title, just like me, because I'm trying to figure out how this young man didn't have the game to know his surroundings. When I'm in these streets, my eyes is open. I'm looking at everybody. I don't trust nobody in these streets. That's rule number 2. Rule number 2, in these streets, never trust nobody. That's rule number 2. Even if you hanging out with your peeps, you can't trust nobody, fam. If you weren't in the sandbox with these brothers as kids growing up in the slums, you can't trust them, fam. Ain't no new friends. No. Real friends are the day ones when you were in the sandbox, when y'all was on the swing as kids. You know, throwing water balloons. Those are the guys you grew up with. Anybody that's new, those are not friends. Those are associates. These are facts. You can't trust nobody. Once you start trusting people and they see that you putting the trust in them, that's a sign of weakness in the streets. You're supposed to always be on edge. That's just the way it is. It doesn't mean you live in a life of fear. It doesn't mean you paranoid. It means that you keep your eyes open. You ever see a dog when a dog is walking with its master down the street? You ever see a pit bull or a Rottweiler when it's walking with its owner down the street? The dog is alert, fam. The dog is looking left, right, up, down, sniffing. The dog is paying attention to its surroundings. The dog ain't sitting there dumb and stupid looking around and not paying attention. The dog is ready at all times. You know what I mean? If anybody come near his master, the dog is gonna bite you. It's just that simple. So that's how you gotta be. You gotta be vigilant when you in these streets. You know what I mean? Y'all be wanting to pull up to the hood with your nice car, stepping out your car with the music playing, you know what I'm saying, trying to flex on the hood, thinking everybody is good with you. No, there's cats that's sitting there jealous of you, fam. They mad at you because you driving the whip. Some of y'all be tripping. Okay, you got a nice car? Congratulations. But bro, play it on the safe side. Why you gotta come to the hood to flex? You know people in the hood don't got that like that. So don't flex. You know what I mean? Don't get out your car leaving the door open with the music blasting. I see people doing this all the time. You making a scene. You making yourself become a target. You making people look at you too much. You got wolves in the street. They hungry, bruh. Learn how to be humble with your paper. Okay, you got bread? Be humble. You know how many dudes in the hood got bread? You know how many dudes in the hood are rich in the hood? This is why I don't laugh at nobody in the hood. You never know who's who. But you gotta be humble. And you gotta move in silence. And don't be too out there. Everybody know your face, everybody. I don't like that type of stuff, man. You know? So Gillie talking about, Wallow talking about, when I talk to you, I got a lot to tell you. He trying to make it seem like he gave him the game. You ain't give him the game, fam. You did not get this young man the game, fam. You did not give him the game. You failed this young brother, bro. And if y'all blood sacrifice this dude, fam, shame on you, man. You're gonna get your just due, fam. Gillie, if you blood sacrifice your son, if you really blood sacrifice your son, fam. Gillie, if you blood sacrifice your son and sold him out for some money, bro, the Most High gonna deal with you, fam. Because you just cut off one of the heirs to the throne just so that you can live a good life. Because with that deal you made, you could have got your son up out of Philly, put him in a good situation. You know what I mean? You and Wallo always talking about business and LLCs and, you know, a C Corp and all this other stuff. Y'all talk all that talk, right? Okay, why you ain't set up your son and put him in position where he could possibly work for the business? I don't know. And put him up out of Philly because you know he in them streets. I mean, I don't understand this, fam. I don't understand how cats can have paper and don't put their family in a good position. And you got the bread to do it. You got the bread to say, hey, son, we getting you up on out of Philly. Why, Dad? I'm chilling, man. I'm doing my thing. We getting you up on out of Philly, fam. I don't feel right. Something don't feel right. You know what I mean? You're getting older. You're 25. You're a young man now. Yeah, you can make your own decisions. But at the same time, I'm going to try to put you in a better place, a better position. We're going to get you this house. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. And you could do your thing over here. You could still do your thing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, fam, get them up out of the environment. Because, see, here's the thing, fam. A lot of people think the hood, right? Let's break it down. People think the hood is a building. No. The real meaning of the hood is the mentality of the people. Because if you take the mentality of the people and you bring it to any environment, you just brought the hood to that environment. You know what I mean? If you take the dudes at the trap house and put them in the suburbs, you just brought the hood to the suburb. Now, people in the suburb going to be moving. Why? Because the dudes that were at the trap is now in the suburbs at the nice house trapping. You see what I mean? So the hood in its purest form is the mentality of the people. So if you think ghetto, if you think hood, violence, crime, drugs, madness, dysfunction, that's the hood. And you could bring that with you anywhere. You know what I mean? Now, of course, you got neighborhoods that look run down. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the hood. Because like I said, I would be considered living in the hood by various standards. But right next door, right around me, you got condominiums, you got high-rise buildings, you got all sorts of fancy stuff, right? Those people live in the same area, fam. Aren't they in the hood? They in the hood too. But see, some people think the hood is a building, and that's not true. The hood is the nature and the mentality of the people. And you got many people in the condos think just like everybody else in the hood. Same way. If you in Brooklyn, you got the same lingo, the same way, the same swag, the same way you talk. That's how it is. Everybody got that out here if you from New York. You know what I mean? Every hood is a hood. Doesn't matter. But the point I'm saying is, when you know the streets is hot, you got to get your people up out of there. Gillie is in a position where he could have did that, but he sold his son out, fam. Look at him crying, fam. He knows what it is. Look, he got to do it. He's like, I can't believe this, man. This is my son, but hey, I got to do it. Because if you know you're getting a deal that's worth $100 million, you going to sign quick. Ain't going to be no crying. But the way this dude did this, he's crying as if though he lost his son. Look at that. He's crying like he know what he did. Come on, y'all, put the puzzle together. Who cries like that if you signing a $100 million deal? Who looks like that? Ain't no need for all of that. It's a ritual, man. That was the blood sacrifice ritual right there. They toasting, they drinking, they doing all sorts of stuff, fam. He's like, hey, fuck it. It is what it is, bro. Done. That's crazy, fam. That's crazy. But this is what it is, man. 25 years old. But nobody don't know who shot him. Nobody know who did it, y'all. Could you believe that? Nobody don't know who killed the man. Just like the Takeoff situation. You got so-called Quavo out here making songs with Future, talking about we keeping it street. I didn't even break down the song lyrics for you, but when he talked about in that song that he did about turn your click up or whatever the case is, he was dropping some lyrics and he was saying something along the lines of, you know, he took some losses, but he's not gonna speak. He's keeping it street. Dude ain't keeping nothing street. We know what you talking about, Quavo. You talking about your losses, meaning when you lost Takeoff in these streets and how you can't speak, but you keeping it street, but you ain't even doing nothing. You ain't even go find his killer because you not street. You weren't street at the bowling alley. You walked away. You were right there. Nobody killed you.
Police have not confirmed the identity of the victim yet, but a source close to the family confirms with us a well-known Philly rapper lost his son last night.
Lost his son. Just like a mother lost Takeoff. And he still ain't get no justice. And the two people that allegedly was shot, none of them came forward to talk about who did it either. Just like in this situation, this young man dead, and you got two other people that lost their life. They in the hospital, right? And I bet you they don't know nothing. They didn't see nothing. They don't know nothing. Nobody don't know who killed them. Blood sacrifice, y'all. It's a blood sacrifice, fam. You know? And y'all be thinking this thing is a game. Y'all think this is a joke when I do these videos. I covered all of the videos regarding the Takeoff situation. Go check my resume. Go check all the live streams. I covered every portion of the Takeoff situation. Gave the most thorough information in these YouTube streets. Respectfully, also, Identical also brought out a lot of information too. Notice how I always give people they just do. We brought out all the information regarding the Takeoff situation. You know what I'm saying? I believe they still rock with Quavo and whatnot. Me personally, I got questions for Quavo because Quavo was there. And based on the story and based on the news, the so-called gunman walked right back to the bowling alley with the burner in his hand and he ain't shoot Quavo. Come on, man. Quavo know who did it. He saw who did it. Why he ain't saying nothing? Talking about we keeping it street, but you ain't do nothing. You lost your nephew. He dead. But you making rap songs with Future, acting like it's sweet. Why? Because Takeoff's death was a blood sacrifice too. And then again, these guys with $1 million worth of game, they had the Prince family on their broadcast. Think about it. They brought the Prince family on their broadcast, fam. They had a sit down with the Prince family, talking about the situation with Takeoff. And now look at Gillie now, fam. Come on now. What's going on, man, with all these young men dying? All these young men dying, but the older cats, they still living. But all the sons and the daughters and everybody, they all dying. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed in the industry, it's like all of the older cats, they living. But all of their children, their sons and their daughters are all being blood sacrificed. You know? This is crazy, man. This is crazy stuff out here. But I'm the bad guy because I'm speaking heavy. No, I'm speaking real. Real talk, man. Gillie got some explaining to do, fam. That deal that you made, yeah, you did that deal a while ago. And think about that. You did that deal a while ago. A while ago. A while ago. A Wallow. 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 Come on, man. They did the deal a while ago, and it goes with Wallow, his business partner. They working together, fam. Blood sacrificed the young man for fortune and fame.
Confirmed that victim is son of longtime Philly rapper Gillie the Kid. His podcast co-host posted a tribute to Young Cheese on Instagram that now has nearly 73,000 likes. Fans say he was a promising young rapper looking to follow in his father's footsteps.
Why would anybody want to kill his son? Let me ask the tough questions. Why would anybody want to kill his son? Why would anybody want to kill his son, y'all? Come on now. Why would anybody want to kill Gillie the kid's son? What beef he had, who he was hanging around. Because these are the questions we're going to ask you. That's why I told you stop hanging around ninjas. When you hang around ninjas, you bring death your way. And let's get the likes up on the video. You got 1,300 in the building, fam. I should be at 1,000 likes already. You understand? Why would they want to kill this young man? You know? What's going on, fam? Why would anybody want to kill him? And why now at 25? You know what I mean? There gotta be something going on here, fam. There gotta be something, man. Somebody said by facts, by the numbers. Let me see what's going on. Let me see. That Gillie probably did something from the past in the streets as well. Karma always catches up. That's what I'm saying. But I'm looking more at this as a blood sacrifice, fam. This ain't a coincidence, man. First thing first, when I see stuff like this, brothers dying young, blood sacrifice. Number two, you probably had some sort of beef with somebody back in the day and they took out your son. Or you had some current beef right now and somebody did some retaliation against your family. So rather than getting mad at me, go find the killer. Because people always getting mad at the people breaking the news. Go find the killer, fam. It's just like the situation with Takeoff. Everybody getting pissed off when I'm speaking facts. Go find the killer. Mad at me. Go find the damn killer. You got all that energy to talk. Go find the killer and put in that work. Everybody love talking crap. Go out there and find the damn killer. Somebody said, did you hear about... I don't hear about anything, fam. You got to send me information on Instagram. I keep telling people stuff. I'm not God, bruh. I don't sit around like knowing everything that's going on in the whole world. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people be thinking I know everything. Like who does that? How could I even live my life if I'm sitting around just trying to worry about everything? I don't got time for that. If you got information and you think it's worthy of something to talk about, send it to my Instagram at Ringo TV Raw. It's just that simple because posting it in the chat, I ain't gonna remember that. I ain't even gonna read that. You know what I mean? You gotta send that to the Instagram. That way it's in writing and I can pretty much look at it on my own timing. I get 1,000 messages. People send messages all the time. Just send the messages to Instagram if there's any info. That's how I break stories. Multiple people sent me this clip and it was like, yo, so-and-so. And first of all, I first seen a video by Call Me Kenfolk. He pretty much made a video and he was talking about the situation. And then I think New Breed made a video about the situation. And it's like, this is crazy, man. This is really crazy. That's why I had to share my thoughts. Because I didn't even know about the story. You know what I mean? I didn't even know about the story. Like I said, a couple of cats send it out. I'm like, oh, snap. So this dude's son died. Let me go check it out. And then I see all the news stations saying it 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. They broke this story. So I'm like, okay, some of the other brothers pretty much started getting on the job right away to put out the business. It is what it is. So, okay, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let me see what's going on in the chat. This is crazy, man. I want to hear what Gillie the Kid got to say about this, fam. Because people keep crying about, you know, stuff like this. And this happens every day, fam. This is every day. Every day in New York. Every day. Every single day. A mother lose a son. Every day in Brooklyn. Every day. This is not new. This is every single day. I already told you 1,000 times, all around me, cats get clapped. Why? They out in them streets, wilding. The young crowds, I told you, man, the teenagers, all the way up to about 27 be wildin' in these streets. Wildin'. Hey, that's the life they live, fam. Let's get those likes up.
So far, police have not released any victim description. They haven't made any arrests. Reporting from police headquarters.
They're not gonna make no arrests on this case. They're not gonna make no arrests. They're not gonna make no arrests, fam. This was a hit. They shot him in his back, bro. They didn't even have enough decency to face him. They shot him in his back. You know what I mean? They didn't even want him to see. That means somebody rolled up on him, y'all. Come on, picture it. Somebody saw him in the cut, and the ops came in and took him out. They shot him point blank in his back. Took him out. They knew what they were doing, fam. They were sent. They were sent. They shot him in the back like a coward. He didn't even know he was gonna die. That's how quick it was. He didn't even know what happened. It probably was his own people. This is why whoever was with him that got shot, Gillie need to go pay them a visit if it wasn't a blood sacrifice. If it was not a blood sacrifice and 2 other cats got shot and they in the hospital, Gillie the kid is supposed to go visit them. You supposed to go put in that work. This is your boy, right? Okay, you need to go pay those cats a visit at that hospital, find out what's good. If you ain't doing that, then this is a blood sacrifice. I don't care what nobody said. It's a blood sacrifice. You know? And no profanity in the chat. If I catch you posting profanity in the chat, I'm gonna block you. The moderator will just give you a warning, time you out, and delete your comment. But me, if I catch you, I'm blocking you. It's just that simple. We don't tolerate none of that mess. You're gonna post any sort of words, use the asterisk symbols to cover it up. It is what it is, right? Let me see what's going on. Shout out to, let me see, Lori, what is it, Leroy for the 10 on the super chat. Said thank you for providing us with thorough coverage consistently. Quavo staying quiet. Quavo is never going to talk about it, man. Quavo already got he got threatened by somebody. Quavo's never going to talk about the situation with Takeoff ever again. He already got probably paid, and he's just not going to say anything ever again about it. I don't trust Quavo. Other cats, they might, I guess, side with him, you know, agree with him. I don't, because I can see the writing. I know what's happening. You know what I mean? It's not to say they don't know anything. My point is, when I look at a situation with Takeoff, I've been covering the story since the beginning. And the way Quavo been moving, it's that of he already knew it was going to go down before it even happened. Quavo already knew they were going to kill Takeoff. You understand? They already knew it. But for whatever reason, they acting like they don't understand. You know? This is crazy. This is crazy, man. These blood sacrifices happen all the time, and people be in denial about it. They be in denial about it. Fam, the next video we're going to do later on, we're going to do a video about this chick. Forgot her damn name, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to do a video about this sister that, you know what I'm saying, she out of pocket. She sold her soul to the devil. Wilding out in these streets. And I'm going to give you more coverage, man, because people keep hating on me because I'm in these streets talking about these issues, raw and uncut. Nobody else ain't talking about these type of issues raw. You know what I mean? You got to call it what it is. You a father, you better make sure your son is good. You know what I mean? Whether you got sons or daughters, you give your daughters the game. You tell your daughters, look, listen, fam, you a father, a mother. When you're talking to your daughters, you got to talk to your daughters raw. You tell your daughters straight up, you go outside to be a fucking hoe, guess what? If you get caught up in these streets, you get pregnant, you make these men fuck around with you, do X, Y, and Z and abuse your body, don't come over here with no baby talking about you want me to take care of you and your kid, because it's not going to happen. So as long as you in this house, you make sure you abide by these rules. You follow these rules, you be good. If you want to go out there and act a fool, then you're going to learn the hard way. You got to give them the game. You a mom, if you know you were in these streets and you made some bad decisions, you need to tell your daughter that back in the day, you used to be a hoe. You got to tell your daughter straight. Period. No sugarcoating, no shame. You got to tell your daughter straight. Hey, sit down. Let me talk to you. Why, Ma? Why I got to talk to you? Sit down, let me talk to you. And you tell her the game. You be like, look, when I was in these streets, I did a lot of dirt. I'm not proud of what I did, but I did what I had to do. I don't want you to go down the same path. Let me give you the game. And you give your daughter the damn game. You know what I mean? You a father, you go very hard on your daughters and your sons, and you make them know the real. You tell your son, you hang out with these ninjas, you're gonna die. You wanna be successful? Stay in the crib, do what you gotta do, keep it popping, keep it moving. You know what I mean? I ain't saying you can't go outside, you can't chill. What I'm saying is watch your surroundings, watch the people you hang around. You gotta give them the game. That's what you gotta do. You know? This is crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But this is what's going on. And to all the cats in the chat complaining about who can do and what can do, all you're gonna do is get packed up and get up on out of here. It don't make no sense you come in with disrespect. This is my house, not yours. It's about respect. See, this is the thing with black men. Black men don't understand what respect means, and you could tell the age of different cats based on their level of lack of respect. When you come into a man's house, when you come into a man's business place, a man's establishment, right? And there are rules, and you don't want to follow those rules, you're being disrespectful. That's out of pocket. Any grown man would tell you that. So if I say no profanity in my chat and you still think that you want to do that, we're going to pack you up. We got to pack you up, ship you on out because you're being disrespectful. You know what I mean? You want respect, you got to give respect. This is how men are taught. When men are disrespectful, they have that emotion as a woman. See, if I say, I don't want nobody in the chat posting profanity, and you figure, well, I want to do it either way, that's a feminine spirit, because that's how women would react. Because typically women want things done their way. And a lot of times what most men do, because they were raised in a single mother household, they take on the nature of a woman in terms of emotion. So when a man regulate a situation and say, look, this is what it's going to be, rather than a man recognizing that iron sharpens iron, instead he react like a woman. He do what a woman would do. You know, like how women be like, well, if a man can have more than one woman, then surely a woman can have more than one man. This is how women do. Because they see a man do it, they want to do the same thing. You know what I mean? And that's out of pocket. You know? Let me see what's going on in the chat. Shout out to Deborah for the 10. And William. Shout out to William for the 20. Says smash up the likes and support the stream. They still ain't trying to get the stream to 1,000 likes, fam. Pure hate. All this information I'm giving you $1 million worth of game, and they still mad. You can't win with so-called black people, bro. You can't win, fam. This is just how it is, fam. No matter what. Shout out to Excedrin. There's not enough money worth sacrificing a seed, I guess, or your son or your daughter, or whatever the case is. Of course, it's never enough to do that, but they do it in the industry. You know? They do it in the industry. Kanye, Ye said that his mom's was sacrificed. He confessed on that one. You know what I mean? You got various people in the industry that said they sold their soul to the devil. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Like the Suki chick, that's the chick that I was talking about. Suki or whatever her name is. She made a video and she talked about how she sold her soul to the devil. So what you see, and we're going to do a video on her later on. She sold her soul to the devil, so that means that the Suki that you see in public right now is not the Suki back then. That's the demon that's operating through her. I'm trying to give y'all the game, but y'all hate me. You know what I mean? I constantly get this hate for speaking this truth. You keep getting mad at me. But if I'm not here, who giving you the game? If I'm not here to talk, who giving you this game when these stories break? You ought to be appreciative that I'm taking the time to break down these stories in this manner, because nobody gonna give you this truth hardcore, raw, and uncut. Nobody gonna do that, fam. Nobody. Everybody's trying to be politically correct. They're trying to be on the safe side. They're trying to, make sure they don't offend nobody. No, ain't no time for all of that. A young man lost his life. He dead. He dead. And based on what we seeing, the pops made a deal. Pops made a deal, signed on the dotted line, but the son is dead. Let it make sense.
Good afternoon, Jim. Philadelphia police confirming 25-year-old Devin Spady was killed in that shooting right here. And, of course, that has many fans stunned by the news.
Many fans are stunned by the news. I'm not stunned. I'm not stunned at all, because that's the life he chose. His father could have got him up out of that. I have never heard Gillie the kid talk about, my son is out of pocket. I'm trying to get him on the straight and narrow, but he tripping. I never heard that before. You have a show, $1 million worth of game. If there's anybody that's supposed to have the game, it's your son. Let's get that in the scriptures. Let's get that from the scriptures, because this is crazy. I got to get that from the scriptures. Y'all know how I do, man. You know what I mean? Let me see. I got to get this from the scriptures so you can understand. Because a lot of people, man, they don't recognize that the way life is, you got to give your kids the game, man. You got to give your kids the game. Because if not, they're going to kill themselves, man. All right, let's bring this scripture out. Check this out. We're going to bring this scripture out because we got to make sure that you know the game, right? So it's important that you get these scriptures. And a lot of you hate God too. You hate the Bible, but when somebody died, you want them to pray for you. You ever notice that, fam? Let's park right there for a second. You ever notice that most people that are watching my lives, most people that are watching these videos, they hate God, right? They hate the Bible, right? They hate the truth. But when somebody die, the first thing they want is prayer. First thing you want is prayer when somebody die. Hypocrites. Why don't you just get with God from get-go? That way something like this don't happen. Talking about prayer. The Most High not hearing your prayer. And don't let me go get the scripture for that, because the Most High don't hear the prayer of the wicked. But let me break this thing down to show you where Gillie, the kid, messed up. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5 says, "For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?" See, Gillie the kid, he didn't know how to rule his own house. He was supposed to give his son the game. You cannot be out here teaching the church, Gillie the kid. You cannot be out here talking about you giving the church $1 million worth of game if your son didn't have this game. Look, I know the truth is harsh. I know the truth is harsh. And a lot of you might be like, fam, this is insensitive. Fam, somebody lost their life. That's not my problem. I'm not the killer, fam. I'm not the killer. Listen, take that energy and go find the killer. I'm giving you $1 million worth of game right now so that your son don't die out here in these streets. Second, 1 Timothy says, "For if a man know not how to rule his own house," you got to know how to rule your house as a man. You got to know how to regulate your house. You got to know how to teach your family. The Bible says if you don't know how to do that, how shall he take care of the church of God? So here's the thing, fam. If I'm not taking care of my business as a father in my house, how the fuck could I come on YouTube telling you what to do? How could I come on YouTube telling you sisters, you need to keep your legs closed, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I ain't teaching that to my own? How could I do that? How could I teach you brothers that you need to take care of your kids and take care of your family if I'm a deadbeat dad? I gotta know how to rule my house first. Then I'll be able to take care of the church. And the church mean people, not a damn building. The church of God represents the people, the lost sheep, the chosen ones. You see what I mean? Did this young brother get right with the Most High before he closed his eyes? I said, did this young brother get right with the Most High before he closed his eyes? Because a lot of times when they do these blood sacrifices, they do them when you haven't given yourself to the Most High, fam. And then when you die, you go to hell. You know? But I'm the bad guy because I'm keeping it raw. I'm keeping it 1,000. You mad at me. You're more mad at me than the person who actually killed this young man. That's crazy, man. Gillie and Wallow talk about they got $1 million worth of game. But are they ruling their house? Is Gillie protecting his daughters? Do he got daughters? Do Gillie got daughters? Do Gillie got daughters? Because if he got daughters, he better get up on his A game right now. If he got daughters, he better start doing what he got to do. He better get them out of Philly. If Gillie got daughters or any other son, he need to pack them up and get them up on out of Philly ASAP. Because if this is not a blood sacrifice, which I know it is, if it's not, then it's retaliation for something that Gillie was involved in, fam. There's no other way around it, man. Either that or the son was just living on the edge and the streets got caught up. He got caught up. You know? Yeah, where is his mother? Wow, that's a good question right there. Wow, I didn't even think of that one. I didn't even think of that. Juicy J says, where is his mother? That's a good question. Why they don't have the mother on the news talking to the mom? Remember when the Takeoff situation happened? The feds and the police said that they were talking to Takeoff's mom. We haven't heard anything about anybody talking to the mother of YNG. What's going on, man? You know? Deborah said, Ringo, they mad at you because you are telling the truth. Facts. I know. Anytime anybody, see, here's the thing, fam. If you a dude and you mad that I'm speaking raw, it's because you weren't raised with your father, fam. That's why you mad. You mad because you didn't have your daddy in the house. Just like these women that got daddy issues, they always complaining and crying. You getting mad because I'm spitting that real game. I'm spitting $1 million worth of game. Them cats on that podcast not giving y'all no game. If that was game, bruh man would have been alive right now because they would have put him on game. They would have told him get out them streets. They would have told him chill with the trap music. They would have said chill. Gillie would have told his son, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. You're doing your thing. At the same time, son, what you're doing right here, you playing around with fire. It's a slippery slope. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You know who I am. You know how I am in these streets. What you're doing right now, you need to tone it down. I don't want you to continue doing this trap music. You know what I mean? I ain't saying you can't rap, but you got to switch it up, fam. This is some negative energy you putting out there in the universe. It's going to come back at you. I know it is. So as a father to my son, I would appreciate if you take the advice that I'm giving you and go out there and you know, get your situation fixed. Gillie was supposed to put his son on game. I don't care what nobody say, fam. If he didn't do that, he failed his son. There's no way a son of mine could be on social media. I don't give a fuck if you're 25 years old doing trap music. I'm going to call you out on your BS, especially if I'm a podcaster. If I'm a podcaster and I have a podcast and I know that my son is doing X, Y, and Z and he ain't listening to me, he's going to be a part of my episode, man. Real spit. Because the reason why I got to do that is to let the public know. Not necessarily to put out family business. It's more or less a teaching moment where I'm going to be pretty much talking about how, you know, when it comes to raising your sons, I got to be transparent as a father. And I got to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. If I don't do that, then I wouldn't be a good speaker. I wouldn't be a good orator. It just wouldn't make any sense if I didn't give you the game raw. So I would have to speak about real life situations. So if I have a son that's rebellious, I'm not going to hide it because I'm ashamed or embarrassed. I'm going to come out in the public and I'm going to be like, look, fam, y'all know me for what I talk. At the end of the day, I got to talk about a situation with my son. I'm having some trouble. I know I've been teaching y'all a lot about your families and your children, but I'm having some issues and I want to talk about it. You know what I mean? My son is rebellious. He's out in these streets. I talk to him. The same game I give y'all, same game I give my boy, but he's not listening. You know what I mean? So I want to use the situation at the teaching moment to hopefully you guys out there can reach your sons. Maybe I reached my son at the wrong time. Maybe I failed. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I did give him the game. And I hope that he's able to make the best possible decisions in life and he's able to live long. But at the way it's going right now, I got my concerns. Not necessarily me living in fear. At the same time, it concerns me because I know the path he's going down. I've seen many people go down that path and it leads to death, you know? And I pray for him to literally have prosperity and success, but he's not listening to me, fam. As a father, I gave my son everything. That's how I would come online to talk if I had a son that was rebellious. And that's how Gillie, the kid, was supposed to be talking if he knew his son was out of pocket. Bars. That way, when something, look, the reason why I'm saying this is because if something was to happen to his son, nobody would be making any video pointing the finger at Gillie. Because with a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game, everybody is going to be talking about this in the sense of why you ain't give your son the game. Why you ain't give your son the game? If anybody in these streets supposed to have the game, it's Gillie the kid's son. Gillie the kid's son supposed to be on game. Way more game than a lot of you cats. Why? Because his father is in the industry, he's in position, he can do things. You know what I mean? He could do things. So he could have put his son in a good place. He could have got his son a nice spot somewhere and told him, look, son, we're going to furnish the crib. We're going to set you up a little studio. You know what I mean? You can still do your rap. You can still do your thing. Just tone it down, son. You know what I mean? Just tone it down for your pops, man. You know what I mean? I did that stuff, son. It don't work, son. It leads to death. I'm just giving you the game. That's what he was supposed to do. You can't sugarcoat this, fam. All you brothers out there, you cats that are in your 40s and 50s, talk to your son, fam. Stop playing these games. Your son gonna die, man. Talk to your boy. You know what I mean? You got a son. He's the heir to the throne. After you pass, your son take the baton. You got to talk to this brother. You got to sit him and give him the game. Raw. No sugarcoat. You know? If he want to be disrespectful and rebellious, hey, at least you know as a father, you gave him the game. You're not going to feel bad. Of course, you might cry. You lost your son. But at the end of the day, if you knew you gave him the game, then you're not going to feel bad. But now if Gillie never gave his son the game, you know how bad he feel right now? To know that his son, elder son, is gone and you didn't give him the game? That's gonna haunt you, fam. Because I know what it's like to lose a loved one. You know what I mean? I know what it's like. And especially if him and his son probably had a disagreement or, you know what I mean, some sort of fallout or whatever the case is, and it wasn't really squashed. Sometimes stuff like that happen in family and people die, and it's like, damn, I didn't even get to say goodbye. I didn't even get to say I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And that's sad, man. So now look what we got. Where the killer at? Where the camera footage?
Close family friends are saying that Spady was
Hold up. Somebody said what? Wait a minute. Aliens said they did fall out. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. We gotta talk about this, man. Now it's looking more like a blood sacrifice now, fam. They did fall out. They did fall out. He's cool with the youngest son. Ah, man, yo. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. That mean if he fell out with his eldest son, this is not looking good, man. This is bad, man. To know that your son is gone and you fell out with him, it just makes it look more like a blood sacrifice now, fam. Because, you know, people come in my stream, they're going to be like, it ain't no blood sacrifice, Ringo. This ain't this ain't that. These people don't know what they talking about. They don't understand the industry. I told you, man, your mom's still alive. Go tell your mom you love her. Your dad's still alive. Go tell your dad you love him. Go buy them a gift. Spend some time with them. Chop it up. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right? But to have a son and you and your son fell out over what? You know what I mean? Because family fall out all the time. I get it. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all got family members that y'all fell out with. So we all fell out with somebody. Brothers, sisters, nephews, cousins, we all fell out at some point. Some of y'all still not talking with certain relatives. It is what it is. It could have been over money. It could have been over an issue, a principle, whatever the case is. But to be a father and you fall out with your son, yeah, it sounds like a Ricky Smiley situation. Yep. You ever notice that, man? That's what I'm saying. Everybody that's in the industry, their sons are all dying young. All of their sons, man, dying young. And this is why I keep telling you, man, it's a blood sacrifice, y'all. You know? Caramel says, I just left my parents' house. That's good. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Visit your parents, let them know what's up. You know what I mean? They like stuff like that. When you visit them, they really appreciate that. You have to understand. A lot of times parents be feeling like their kids just got grown and bounced. When you visit your mom, you visit your pops, they get really happy when you do that. You know what I mean? They get that. You make their day when you do that. You know? That's why I always tell y'all, man, like my mom is no longer here. You know what I mean? I miss my mom, bro. Like real spit. You know what I mean? She was everything to me, you know? So if you still got your mom, your pops, just pull up on them, visit them. Hey, Ma, what's up? You know, crack some jokes, record some videos, buy them a gift. You know what I mean? They like stuff like that, especially when you get older because they think that you don't care about them no more, you know? So when you pull up, it's like you made their day. You made them smile, you know? That's a very, very good thing to do. Let's see what we got. Be Conscious Black Honey says, Ringo be working round the clock. Salute for the 5 on the super chat. All right. Shout out to Steven. Shout out to Steven for the $2 support. And let's see who else we got here. Said Ren for the 5 on the super chat. Appreciate you. Says, my young brother, you showed and taught me a lot. I guess about the Most High. The Most High lead me to your presence. Wait, let me see. Young brother, you showed me and taught me a lot. The Most High lead me to your presence for a reason. Your talking points is so powerful. Well, I appreciate you. All praises to the Most High. And I hope that you get a lot of information out of these streams that can make you better and greater than your previous year, because it's important. A lot of us brothers, especially in these streets, we don't be having nobody to show us the game, nobody to give us no sort of information. That's why a lot of young cats out here dying early, is because nobody pulled them on the side and actually schooled them and talked to them a little bit. Sometimes if you just talk to one of these youngins out here, you know what I mean, they're able to get the information to survive. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got older cats that listen to younger brothers and younger brothers that listen to older brothers. It's vice versa. Iron sharpens iron, you know? Iron sharpens iron. I'm just concerned with a lot of these men. They don't have the mental programming they should have got from their father. You know what I mean? Because our moms was out there 304ing. Because we got to call it what it is, fam. We can't sugarcoat. We can't sugarcoat, guys. I understand you got much love for your mom. Everybody respect Mom Duke. We don't be showing dad no love because he wasn't at the home. But let's just keep it 1,000. A lot of our moms was out there 304ing. Let's keep it a buck, fam. No sugarcoat. No sugarcoating. You know what I mean? Proof of that, and I know you're gonna get mad, but I gotta give you the game. If you got brothers by different fathers, let's say you a dude, your elder brother got a different father from you, your younger brother got a different father from you, that mean that your mom got multiple baby daddies. That mean your mom was in them streets, bro. Own it. You know what I mean? That's why your pops is not in your life. That's why he's not in the house, fam. You gotta recognize the game. It is what it is. You can't sugarcoat the truth. This is just real spit, real talk. You know what I mean? So Mom Duke was in them streets. Bottom line. And because of that, a lot of us brothers, we didn't get the game. We didn't get the proper information. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad. Go ask your mom. Where your dad at? She don't know. She don't know where your dad at. Why? Because she was in them streets. See, we like to look at the woman today and say, oh, she's a 304. Oh, she's a single mom. Well, what about your mom? See, that's when you get quiet and you get emotional and you start being defensive. Well, my mom was in no 304. Fam, I don't know none of you. I'm speaking in general. The reason why a lot of us been walking around these streets getting in trouble is because our father wasn't there to give us the game. So we grew up with this emotion that we get from our mother. A woman cannot raise a son. A woman cannot raise a son. The streets raised me. The drug dealers raised me. Everybody in the streets was spitting game to me. While they were doing their dirt, they would tell me, go to school. Fam, I used to hang around the drug dealers holding guns, pointing guns, grabbing guns, going in their bureau drawer, taking the gun out. And they would grab me up, drape me up, be like, yo, bro, don't ever touch that gun, bro. You know what I mean? You know how many times I almost got shot playing around with somebody's gun? I remember one of my partners in them took the gun from the bureau drawer from his brother. We in the backyard. We go outside in the front. He pointing the gun right at me. This is facts. His brother came out of nowhere, ran up, grabbed his hand, and pulled the gun up, and the gun went off. It had real bullets in it. The dude thought his brother left the blanks in the gun, so he tried to scare me with the blanks. But it was real bullets in the gun. His brother beat the shit out of his brother, bro. Right there. You know what I mean? Right there in the streets. This is in Park Place in Brooklyn. Park Place, I think it was around Sterling. Let me see. Because Eastern Parkway is way up. So you got Eastern Parkway way at the top. I remember back in the day, Special Ed lived in the neighborhood. Rapper Special Ed, he lived in the hood. And then it was on Park Place. I think it was Park Place, somewhere around Park Place and Sterling, somewhere around there. Because you know where it was? All right, my old address when I was coming up as a youngin' was 139 Rogers Avenue in Brooklyn. That's where I came up, around there. Then I moved to Brownsville. Then I moved to Flatbush. You know what I mean? So I was all over the place. But I remember when we was at 139 Rogers Avenue, right around there. That's when on Park Place, I believe it was, right there on that block, bro, drug infested. I could have lost my damn life if the brother didn't pull up and take that gun from him, man. Why? No fathers was out there, fam. Now, granted, the dude that had the gun, his pops lived in the crib, but he was older. He couldn't really do nothing. He was very elderly. You know what I mean? He couldn't really do nothing. He couldn't regulate the family and discipline. So the elder brothers, it was a Puerto Rican family. And he had a lot of brothers, man. Alex had a lot of brothers, fam. A lot. I mean, they had like 12 brothers, man. Probably like 7 or 12 brothers. I'm probably exaggerating with 12. But they had so many brothers, I forgot the count. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dee Dee for the $4.99. All right. So yeah. So you had those spots. I was in 139 Rogers Avenue between Sterling and something in Brownsville. What is it? What in the world was that block, man? Is it Bristol? Bristol Street? I think it was Bristol Street. Somewhere around there in the hood somewhere, man. You know what I mean? Flatbush, Argyle Road between Church and Caton. Come on, fam. I've been in all these different places. That's the hood. The hood. You know what I'm saying? And it was wow. Couldn't go outside, you couldn't go to nobody block unless you knew somebody. Those of you who know the streets back then in the 90s, you know what it is. You couldn't just pull up at anybody block unless you knew somebody. You had to call beforehand. They had to come outside, make sure you good. Cause they gonna rob you, bro. They gonna rob you. It is what it is. Not saying that it happened like every single day. It ain't like it's crazy, but I'm saying back then you had to let your people know, yo, I'm coming through so that you good. That way they let the block know, yo, my people coming through, look out, for a car, dude is wearing X, Y, and Z, because if you just walk through, like you couldn't walk through Argyle Road between Church and Caton. You couldn't walk through that block back in the day. You couldn't. You couldn't walk past that block back in the day. It just wasn't going to work. You know what I mean? It wasn't going to work for you. East 18, East 21st. You couldn't walk. You just couldn't do it. Ditmas Avenue. Come on. I used to work right there in the barbershop back in the day. Way back in the day when I was a teenager, I used to work at the barbershop by Ditmas Avenue, Ditmas and Flatbush. You know what I mean? Right next to the pizza shop. They used to have some good pizza right there. So at the end of the day, fam, we need fathers, man, back in these homes, schooling these youngins, man. Gillie failed in giving his son the game. So I want to know, if he got other kids, he better be on their tail. If he got a younger son, he better get him up on out of Philly and get him up out of them streets. Or else the same thing gonna play out again. It is what it is. Too many of these rappers is losing sons. It's either the rappers are getting blood sacrifices or they playing for the other team. You ever notice that? All these celebrity sons are either playing for the rainbow team or they get blood sacrifice. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, y'all. But anyway, we're going to get up on out of here, man. Leave your thoughts about the situation. Again, this is the deal that Gillie made, him and Wallow. You know what I mean? This is the deal that they made, $100 million deal. Check it out, fam. Look at the way his body movement is, and you tell me, does that look like somebody that's signing a deal or somebody that just lost a son? It's like he's looking at the paper and he's thinking about what I got to do. I got to do this? Come on, that body language says it all, fam. You can say whatever you want. Why would it take you that long to sign a deal if it's worth $100 million? Why are you so hesitant? Because you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. It's requiring for the blood sacrifice. They already told you, you sign this deal, we got to take your son. We ain't going to do it right now, but we're going to eventually do it. It's crazy. Wow. That's sad. Come on, man. Come on. It's almost like he embracing him for the sacrifice that he got to make. And I don't know. I don't know what sacrifice Wallow made. I don't know. I don't know who's connected to Wallow. What sacrifice what he may have made. Because if Gillie had to give up his son, then what did Wallow give up? That's another question. Did anybody close to Wallow pass away? Did anybody close to Wallow pass away around the time that they made this deal to now? You know? Did anybody pass away? Was there any sort of incident with a cousin, a relative? You know? Wallow wasn't close to Gillie's son? What? You serious, Didi? Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute now. Listen, Didi just said Wallow wasn't close to Gillie's son, but yet he made this post. This is what Wallow posted on his Instagram. He said, "Lil' cuz, usually when I talk to you, I got a lot to say. I got a lot to tell you. Tonight, the pain in my heart and tears spoke to you. I love you beyond life, cheese. I got your father, rest well." So that means he faking this then. If he wasn't close to Gillie's son, why is he acting like he close to him, fam? This is what I'm saying, man. Oh, man, yo. Yo, man, this industry is satanic, man. This industry is satanic, fam. This is sad, man. It's like if he put that info out there just to say it, man. And he know it's not coming from the heart. You know? Man, yo, but we're gonna get up on out of here. Salute to Charles Lawrence for the $6 on the super chat. It says, "Great live. Appreciate the message." Salute to X Cedrin for the 5. He says, "They say the truth hurts, but an lie crushes the soul. Keep giving us the truth." Salute. All right. Let me give a few shout outs on this Cash App before we head on out of here. Let me see what we got. Let's see. I'm not sure if I shouted out some of these names earlier, but it says yesterday. I think I probably did shout it out, Anthony, but I'll shout you out again. Salute to Anthony for the 25, Anthony for the 25, Christopher for the 8, Ellen for the 20, Francine for the 10, Adam for the 10, Stacy for the 25, Forever Studios for the 40. Let me see. Ricardo Forbes for the 10. laughing out loud at your comment. I'm not gonna read it, man, because I'm gonna end up starting trouble. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to V-Dub, man, for the the $90 support. I read that wrong. Salute for the $90 support, V-Dub, man. Shout out to Ringer for the 10, Dexter for the 5, Notch for the $3 support. Salute to everybody for sponsoring the show, sponsoring the work. The sister said that Wallow was not really close with Gillie's son, but yet Gillie was the one that put out this post, and Gillie didn't put out no post about his son, which is kind of strange. It's suspect. It says a lot. Hey, I don't know, man. We might hear something later on, fam. We might hear something later on from Gillie. He might give a public statement about what happened. In my humble opinion, he need to talk about this situation. Stop getting mad at the bloggers. You're wasting your damn time. This is a business. People are going to talk. People are going to share their thoughts. It doesn't matter who you think you are. It doesn't matter. Nobody's above criticism and reproach. It is what it is. You had a son. He was out there living the trap life. He was in these streets. He was talking about guns. Shoot him up, kill him. You have a podcast, $1 million worth of game. You didn't give your son the game. The streets came to claim him. It is what it is. No sugarcoating. No prayers needed. Don't tell me nothing about nothing. I don't want to hear anything. What we need to do is start being fathers, start protecting these kids, start doing what we got to do. Listen, we got to do what we got to do as men in terms of protecting our children. If our children want to go out there and be rebellious and they don't want to take heed to the $1 million worth of game that we give them, then they on their own. After that point, ain't no condolences, ain't no, oh, please pray for my family. I don't need no prayers, fam. If I got rebellious kids and they go out there and get deleted, fam, I'm not going to ask none of you for any prayers. I don't need no prayers. Real talk. I don't need no prayers. Why? Because they wanted to go out there acting a fool. It's just that simple. It's just that simple, fam. They go out there, they act a fool, and they get caught up. Hey, it is what it is, fam. It is what it is. Because they made their choice. He was 25. He was a grown man. A grown young man. You know? He was a grown young man. Hey, it is what it is, man. Like father, like son, I don't know. This is why if you a dude and you know you were in them streets and you know you have a son, chances is your son got your DNA, he gonna be just like you. So it's up to you to give him that game so that he don't get killed in these streets. But I find it very ironic that the fathers are still alive, but the kids are dying. Shout out to Terissa Green for the $5 on the Cash App. All right, y'all. We're going to get up on out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I got some things I got to do. Hopefully, I'm going to be on camera tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be on camera tomorrow. I got a very important live stream to do on my Ringo Motor Vlog channel. I got a very important live stream I got to do. And I want to make sure I do that video on camera because I want the people to see me. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. So, yeah. We're going to be back on later on tonight. We're going to be talking about that whatever her name is, Suki or whatever her name is. We're gonna be talking about her later on tonight. So hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe today. You know, subscribe today. Click the notification bell. Let us know, you know, that you appreciate the videos, that you support the work. This is Ringo TV Reactions. We're the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, putting in work since 2006. It is what it is, Ringo TV Reactions, right? Peace and blessings to the mods. See Tracy in the building, V-Dub Man in the building. Let me see if there are any other moderators in the building. I don't see nobody else. Okay. All right. So I'll catch y'all later on. We're going to come back with more content later on about Suki and try to make sense of her situation and do a thorough, in-depth review about what's going on in these streets. We're gonna also have another video probably tomorrow about the young lady, Miss Russell or whatever her name is. We're gonna probably have a video about that and a couple of more stories that I see brewing. We're gonna pretty much do that. And again, make sure y'all do not support the Jamie Foxx Netflix film. You know, make sure you don't support them because, again, they played his fans and they just trying to get money. And I understand they have a business to run. At the end of the day, it's unacceptable that Jamie can play golf, can play pickleball, save a woman's purse, be on a yacht, but he don't have time to address the public. That's very suspect. So that being said, y'all be safe out there. Do what y'all got to do. It's Ringo TV Reactions. It is what it is. We're the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, putting in work since 2006. We're the best in the game. We've been doing this thorough. We keep it 1,000 with you. We don't sugarcoat nothing. Make sure you click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And tell all your peoples about the work we're doing over here. Ringo TV Reactions. Yeah. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and blessings to the mods, to the chat, to everybody in these buildings. All the fathers out there, take care of your sons. All the mothers out there, school your daughters. Let them know the real. Give them $1 million worth of game. We out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.